Okay. Welcome to the Angel Wing LLC. This is Sachin. I am a volunteer with the Angel Wing program. Um, I want to welcome you to Angel Wing's online self-mastery and personal transformation program. This program has been developed through a systematic series of steps to present to our Angel Wing community uh, the actual sequential steps in workshop format, in an interactive format, to reach a state of self-mastery and ultimately move towards personal excellence. So along those lines, just a couple of things to keep in mind. The first thing to keep in mind is that you will be muted all the way through. If you want to say anything, if you have a question in between, you may raise the hand, but I would request to hold off all questions until the end of the hour. This is the disclaimer statement which you have already signed and have gone through, so I won't go through that here again. Suffice it to say, in very brief, that we are not providing treatment or counseling in this. This is a self-development program that moves sequentially without a clinical intervention. A couple of points to keep in mind about the background. I myself developed the Energy and Personal Excellence program in 2018. And then from that point, we have incorporated much of that material and modified it into the Angel Wing LLC. The materials you will need with you during each week are as follows. You will need 2 notebooks, each with 100 pages minimum, in an envelope and a 3x5 card. You just need one 3x5 card, the 3x5 card in this first session. You don't need one every single time unless if we need one later on, I'll let you know through the email messages. So to begin with, the Angel Wing LLC is built around 3 core principles. So what I'd like you to do at this point, I'd like you to open the first workbook, and I'd like you to write on the very first page at the top, workbook number 1, and underneath that, as a header, just like it's shown on this slide, write Angel Wing's core concepts. So please write that. So workbook number 1, Angel Wings core core principles. And then what I'd like you to do is just make a nice large circle. You don't need to break it up like the way it's broken up on the screen here. Just make a nice large circle and divide it up into 3 parts by making 3 lines in the center. And I'd like you to write down the 3 concepts: self-mastery, personal transformation, human upliftment, just the way it is shown on here. Okay, so write this down first: self-mastery, then personal transformation, and human upliftment. Very good. Now, having done that, what I'd like you to take a look at, and there's the box on the left-hand side. You can see my little red pointer there. So the box on the left here is a very simple, straightforward definition of self-mastery. So I'm going to read this and just follow along with me for now. Self-mastery involves cultivating the ability to control one's emotions, actions, and thoughts in order to achieve personal growth and success. It is a lifelong journey of self-awareness, discipline, and continuous improvement to reach one's full potential. So what I'd like you to do at this point, from this brief definition of self-mastery, select one word, maybe 2 words, maybe a small phrase that really resonates with you, that you like. Don't think about it too much, and write that in parentheses underneath the self-mastery section in the circle that you just created. So right underneath self-mastery, just in the parentheses, maybe you can put something like ability to control my emotions, or maybe you can say lifelong journey, or reaching my potential. Use a my or I pronoun in that. So take your time with it. Just make it simple. Don't think about it too much. Just something that jumps at you. That's all. Very good. Give you a moment to do that. You can put whatever you want from that box. Try not to put anything outside that box, something from that box. Very good. Very good. Now, I'm going to read the box on personal transformation. Just listen to my voice and we'll go through it. Then we'll do the same thing with personal transformation. Personal transformation is the process of consciously changing one's thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors to foster self-improvement and growth. It involves introspection, self-awareness, and embracing new perspectives to create a more fulfilling and authentic life. Right? So what I'd like you to do is to do the same thing. Select one word, maybe a small phrase, maybe two words that jumps at you, that touches you regarding this concept, and write that in parentheses under personal transformation section. So take your time with that. Very good. It doesn't have to be anything long. Just one word is enough. Introspection is good. Self-awareness, anything that just kind of jumps at you. Pay attention to what you're feeling, what has resonated with you in seeing that language there in that box. I'll give you a moment to do that. There's no need to overanalyze it or anything like that. Just very simple. Keep it very simple. Now, the third component of Angel Wing, the third core principle, is human upliftment. There are two boxes here. Okay, so on the left and on the right, I'm going to read the left one first and then the right one, and we'll do the same thing again. So human upliftment emphasizes the importance of social responsibility, collaboration, and positive change in order to create a more inclusive and equitable society. This is more from a societal point of view, what human upliftment could potentially mean. The box on the right here says human upliftment refers to the collective effort to improve the quality of life and well-being of individuals and communities through empowerment, education, and personal development. So from either box, select an idea that you like about this. Select a couple of words or a small idea, and then just write that in parentheses under the human upliftment pie, under the human upliftment slice. Take your time with that. There's no rush. Just keep it simple, something that jumps at you. Don't think about it too much. Okay, very good. Maybe you wrote something like social responsibility. Maybe you wrote something like equitability or education, something that you feel is necessary for upliftment of humanity. All right. I want to mention one point here now, that self-mastery, personal transformation, and human upliftment are interconnected, interlocked. Our program, this online program, is going to emphasize personal transformation. You know? So it actually is all connected together. These arrows can go in both directions. So personal transformation and self-mastery intersect together. We'll talk about that in just a moment. They all interconnect together. Now, I want to give you a small overview of the overall big vision of what we are aiming to try to achieve. There are multiple stages and there are multi-year stages. We're in the first year of the very first stage. So we're in stage number 1, year number 1, foundational level, right? And what is our goal in this 1 year? We're going 3 months at a time. The major goal in our first year is to balance the 12 dimensions of our life. What are they? Well, I'm going to show them to you right here. Hold on 1 second here. Let's see. Somehow, let me try this again here. Just a moment. I can do it this way. So these are the 12 dimensions. Now, what I'd like you to do, I don't want you to write anything. I want you to just repeat it after me for now. I'm going to read the dimension, and then I'm going to read, I'll say it again, just repeat after me. Dimension 1, career. Dimension 1, career. Try to repeat it out loud if you can. Dimension 1, career. Dimension 2, finances. Dimension 2, finances. Dimension 3, physical health. Dimension 3, physical health. Dimension 4, mental health. Dimension 4, mental health. Dimension 5, family and relationships. Dimension 5, family and relationships. Dimension 6, social life. Dimension 6, social life. Dimension 7, personal development. Dimension 7, personal development. Dimension 8, spiritual life. Dimension 8, spiritual life. Dimension 9, recreation and leisure. Dimension 9, recreation and leisure. Dimension 10, environment. Dimension 10, environment. Dimension 11, contribution to society. Dimension 11, contribution to society. Dimension 12, life vision. Dimension 12, life vision. So those are the 12 dimensions. And our goal is to balance them. So we have another quick slide here that just shows the 12 dimensions, that they all intersect together. They all require energy, which is our internal power. We'll talk more about that later on. And they all intersect with each other. That's what that slide shows. Very easy to understand. Now, just to see the big picture very quickly, we are in the first year right now, starting at the very beginning, first 3-month process. But the goal here is to balance all 12 of these areas. And then, at least in theory and in practice, year number 2 is all about maintaining that balance in 12 areas. The entire year is about that. Second year. Third year, once we are able to maintain that state, then the third year, the door into self-mastery opens. So this is a transition from imbalance to balance, which is the first year, from balance to sustained balance, from sustained balance into the opening of the doorway into self-mastery. And what we're seeing here is the entire transformative process. One step at a time, very nice and easy. And then the fourth year, once self-mastery is opening and developing, to sustain it, sustain self-mastery is a very advanced stage. This is the fourth year. Then you can see from the fourth year to the fifth year, this will then open the door, if for those who are interested in doing so, into personal excellence. And that is your own extraordinary life that you're passionate about. And that'll be explained later on at another time. And then that personal excellence is sustained in the year number 6. And then from there, from that extremely high stage, for those who are very, very super evolved this way, if they want to develop a bridge and really work with large numbers of people to uplift humanity, to serve humanity, to do things like that, that can be done. So there will be more detailed audios and videos about this to explain this in more detail, but this is just a snapshot for now. Okay, to move on, please note, before we begin with our specific set of exercises today, please note that this entire presentation is being recorded, and will be available as a YouTube video. There are 52 principles of personal and quantum transformation. This will all be explained, and we'll be looking at the first one today. There is a 12-dimensional assessment that will begin next week. We will not have time to begin that today. And all of these ideas will intersect very nicely. So here we go. We're at the very beginning point of this. You have these materials with you. And what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to, open your books, open the first book. You don't need the second one right now. Put your name on there, put today's date on there. You've already made that diagram. So make sure your name is on top, today's date is on top, and put the page number at the bottom of the page. All the way at the bottom, put the page number at the bottom of the page. You already made one diagram on this. Okay. Now, having gone through that, this is a verbal exercise we're going to do. This is our central concept of personal transformation. This is the entire, this set of ideas in this shows the entire process, what we are trying to achieve. It is a bit complex, but it will be broken down very systematically. Right now, what we're going to do, I'm going to read a line at a time. I'm going to read the first line, and then I'm going to read it again. So when I read it again, repeat after me out loud, okay? Don't worry about trying to understand this all right now. We're just repeating it, that's all. So here we go. I'm going to say it one time and then repeat after me. Repeat with me the second time. The human mind, with its intricate workings and endless complexities, is a fascinating phenomena that requires a substantial amount of energy to function. Now, let's do it together. The human mind, with its intricate workings and endless complexities, is a fascinating phenomena that requires a substantial amount of energy to function. It's the second line now. However, this energy can be drained by personal conflicts that arise both within and outside of ourselves. Let's do it together. However, this energy can be drained by personal conflicts that arise both within and outside of ourselves. Now, the third line. Please don't try to think about this right now. Just repeat it. Just don't try to analyze it. Just stay with me one line at a time. When we take steps to reduce and eventually eliminate the unnecessary dissipation of our inner energy, we can experience an extraordinary revitalization and conservation of our life force. When we take steps to reduce and eventually eliminate the unnecessary dissipation of our inner energy, we can experience an extraordinary revitalization and conservation of our life force. Okay, now the next line. This is the final line. This revitalized energy can then permeate every aspect, 12 dimensions of our lives, unobstructed and without disturbance, leading to a powerful foundation upon which limitless possibilities become available and realizable. Now let's do it together. This revitalized energy can then permeate every aspect, 12 dimensions of our lives, unobstructed and without disturbance, leading to a powerful foundation upon which limitless possibilities become available and realizable. This is our central concept. All right, now let's go ahead with this further. This central concept we're going to break down into 7 parts. So what I'd like you to do in the workbook number 1, you may have already filled up 1 page, or maybe there's still space available. Either way, you can just continue from where you are. What I'd like you to do at this point, I'd like you to write down the very first sentence that's here. Okay? And that is, human mind is characterized by intricate workings and endless complexities. Please write that down, just as it is shown on the screen. And so we're breaking down the central concepts into these 7 parts as an exercise, so we can better understand it as we move ahead week to week. So take your time with it and just write down exactly number 1. And once you've written that down, you will see on the left here, see if I can put a pointer here real quick. On the left here, where my red pointer is, there are 5 possibilities for what to put in that blank. So create a parentheses, open the parenthesis. Now, write down in there, I agree or I disagree, I partially agree, I'm not sure, or I don't understand. For number 1, human mind is characterized by intricate workings and endless complexities. If you agree with that, write in the parentheses, I agree. If you disagree, say I disagree. If you partially agree, partially agree. Or you can even say partially disagree if you want. Or I'm not sure, or I don't understand, right? So one of these put inside there. And do the same thing. Now let's do the same thing with the second, with number 2. Mind requires substantial energy to function. So right now, we're not saying my mind or your mind or anything, just mind in general. Mind requires substantial energy to function. If you agree, then you put I agree. Write down the entire sentence in your own handwriting nicely. Better to write down rather than typing up. That will stay with us much longer. Very good. And then point number 3, energy can be drained by personal conflicts, both internal and external. Then write, I agree, I disagree, one of those. I don't understand, I'm not sure. Please be completely open about this. Do not put anything that is not genuine in here. Very good. Go to the next one. Steps can be taken to reduce and eliminate unnecessary energy dissipation. If you are a teenager, if you don't understand some of the words, don't worry about it. We'll get back to that later on. I can explain it to you later on. And all of this will be explained in more detail in supplementary materials. Right now, just go through it step by step. So write down number 4. If you don't understand it, no problem. Just say, I don't understand it. We'll get back to it. Nothing to worry about. Point number 5. Revitalized energy permeates meaning it is present in every aspect of life, including the 12 dimensions, which we just saw. Do you agree with that? Partially agree, partially disagree, not sure. Write it down. Take your time with it. Don't rush through it. Take your time with it. It's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. So these are 7 points. The 6th one, I'll read it out loud. Unobstructed and undisturbed energy. This unobstructed and undisturbed energy flow creates a powerful foundation for limitless possibilities. So take a moment to think about what that means for you. If it's too complicated, just say, I don't understand. If you really get it, and you feel that, yeah, that's 100% true, but I agree. If you feel, maybe I'm not sure, but I'm not sure. Be very genuine. Very good. Even if you don't understand all of it, if you're a 12-year-old, 13-year-old, no problem. But you can write the words down for now. Okay, point number 7. Energy flow. So allows energy flow. What does it do? It allows for the realization of potential in various aspects of life. Now, the energy flow that's talked about in number 6, when energy flows within us, it gives us the opportunity, allows for the realization of our potential. Right? Allows for the realization of potential in many aspects of life, in various aspects of life. What do you think about that? Do you agree with that? Right now, you're not trying to analyze it. Just simply agree, disagree, or not sure. That's all. Now what I'd like you to do, if you've written all that down, I'd like you to place your hands just very briefly in a pyramid by your chest this way, and look at what you wrote down and read each sentence. The agreement, read it again one more time. That's all. Just take a minute to do that, 30 seconds to do that. You don't need to spend too much time on it. Read it right through. Take a steady breath in and read it through. So I'm just going to read it one at a time here, then you can follow along. Human mind is characterized by intricate workings and endless complexities. Number 1. Number 2, mind requires substantial energy to function. Number 3, energy can be drained by personal conflicts, both internal and external. Number 4, steps can be taken to reduce and eliminate unnecessary energy dissipation. Number 5, revitalized energy permeates every aspect of life, including the 12 dimensions. Number 6, unobstructed and undisturbed energy flow creates a powerful foundation for limitless possibilities. Number 7, and so that was number 6, and then number 7, energy flow allows for realization of potential in various aspects of life. Realization for our potential, that's what it should say. Realization for our potential in various aspects of life. Okay, good. Now, let's move on to the next exercise. What I'd like you to do now, continuing in workbook number 1, we're going to look at the very first of those 7 points, all right? So what I'd like you to do is to write this sentence that is in yellow and underline that if you can, just the way it's written here. My mind is very complicated and has many parts that work together in intricate ways. So take some time with this and just simply write that yellow sentence down. And if you want to put like separators, you can separate by line or by like a star or something. You can do that the way you want to organize your book. No problem. You're not going to be turning this into us or anything. This is going to just stay with you as we move along. Okay, very good. Now, there are 7 sentences here that are related to this line in yellow. So first of all, now we're talking about your own particular mind, right? So that's what that my mind is very complicated and has many parts that work together in intricate, meaning complex and very advanced ways. Okay. So there are 7 sentences here. So in your workbook, I'd like you to write down the first sentence, and that is, despite being complex, comma, the human mind can do amazing things like, and then I want you to complete the blank in your own words. So despite being complex, yes, it is. What does it mean? It's complex. The human mind can do amazing things. So there are some examples of this, which I'll show you. Just a moment here. Let's see if I can. See, the thing is, I have to. Hold on 1 second here. Current slide. So, for example, in the first one, despite being complex, the human mind can do amazing things like figuring out tricky puzzles that challenge our thinking and problem solving. There are 3 examples here, but you write something for yourself that makes sense to you. Okay. There's another second one. Write the second sentence. Learning about how the human mind works can help us blank. You can write anything you want there. Don't think too much. See what comes up from your mind and write it down. Learning about how the human mind works. How does that help us? So just a quick example we'll take a look at. Learning about the human mind can help us improve our memory and study skills, making it easier to remember important information for tests and projects. That's just one example. You can write anything, something simple. And the same thing we want to do for all 7. So let's go to the next one, number 3. I'm trying to pace myself, so I'll give you some time to do this. The complexity of the human mind can make it difficult to do what? I'll give you an example. Complexity of the human mind can make it difficult to achieve, can make it difficult to always make the right decisions, as our thoughts and feelings can sometimes conflict with each other. That's just a small example. So write down something that is coming from within you. The complexity of the human mind can make it difficult to blank. Let's go to the next one. To truly understand human behavior, comma, it's important to comprehend meaning understand. Let's look at an example. To truly understand human behavior, it's important to comprehend the role emotions play in our actions, as they often guide our choices and reactions to various situations. So write something in here that is coming from your own understanding, your own mind. It's number 4, to truly understand human behavior. This is general. You're not looking at just yourself right now. This is just general. To truly understand human behavior, it's important to comprehend blank. Okay, let's slow it down a little bit, make sure we're all on the same page. So take your time with it. To go back to number 1, there's no rush. So despite being complex, human mind can do amazing things. Very good. The same thing, you can write all the 7 sentences down. You can write all 7. So let's take a look at the 5th one. Despite its complexity, the human mind is capable of. So we know that the mind is very complex. What is it capable of? Let's look at an example. This is number 5 now. Hold on 1 second here. So human mind is capable of learning and adapting to new situations, helping us overcome challenges and grow as individuals. These are just examples. You don't need to write this down. You write down something that makes sense to you. For teenagers or youngsters, if this exercise is too hard, Just do the best you can. There will be a simpler version of it that I can send to you. Very good. Take your time with this. Very good. Now, number 6, write down the sentence at number 6 in your book. The complexity of the human mind has resulted in. I'll give you an example here, just to understand that. Unique forms of art. All the different artwork we have is a result of the complexity of the human mind. Complexity means its intricate nature. It's resulted in beautiful and diverse artwork that expresses our emotions and ideas, right? Different languages, scientific discoveries, so many things. Take your time with this. The complexity of the human mind has resulted in. You can finish the sentence the way you want. Nice and easy. There's no rush. Okay. So I do see a hand up. So Chetna, you have your hand up. If you want to say something, please unmute. If you have a question at this point. I don't know if you wanted to say something or not.
Yeah, it's you're going too fast
Okay, all right,
because these
let's.
are really difficult. Something it's to be thought of. I know it's you said coming to your mind, but you just need to even think a little bit.
Okay,
So
so let's slow it down. Yeah, let's slow it down a little bit.
also, what's the difference between the first sentence and the fifth one?
So we'll explain that later on. So that's fine. Just yeah, I will explain that later on, but I'll keep that question in mind. Yes. So let's continue with this for now, and then we'll get back to that.
So we're on the sixth one.
Oh, yes, exactly. So we're in the 6th one now. Yeah, the complex. So you're asking about what's the difference between number 1 and number 5, right?
Yeah.
Despite being complex, human mind can do amazing things. And number 5, despite its complexity, the mind is capable. It's very similar. So I'll go and change that to something else. Yeah. The first one is just about like it's like how amazing it can be, but I'll make it something different. A good point. Yeah, that's why we're doing this. Very good. Okay, let's go to the 6th one now. So write down the sentence. And again, here's an example of what the 6th one. There's three examples, 3 answers here. Unique forms of art, different languages. The question is right up there. See, the complexity of the human mind has resulted in unique forms of art, different languages, and scientific discoveries. And you can put something that you feel that could be political system, that could be uh, going to the moon, or it could be anything you want to put in there. Doesn't have to be anything too elaborate. So the question is right there. This is the 6th one. And now we're ready. Go to the 7th one. Write the 7th sentence down. Take your time with it. And I'll give you a couple of examples. So the 7th question is also shown up here. Complexity of the human mind can inspire us, but it also presents a challenge in. There's 3 points shown here. Understanding emotions, resolving conflicts, challenges in learning and education. It can challenge us in many ways. It can inspire us. So it presents a challenge for us. The complexity is the key point here. It can be challenging in relationships. You can put anything you want there that is coming into your mind. If you feel stuck or nothing is coming into your mind, leave it blank for now. Don't worry about it too much. We'll put it in a simpler way later on. There will be lots of corollary materials that will come with this, but do the best you can. If you feel stuck, don't worry. All right, that was the 7th point. So there's 7 here. We're going to modify number 5 later on because that one is very similar to number 1. So or I mean to number, yeah, to number one. Okay. All right, so if you're ready to move on, what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a little movement break here. We're at the halfway point. So there's a little bit of this is a 2-minute movement thing that it's a little bit of an exercise. Some stretches are there just to get our blood flowing a little bit. So here we go.
I'm so glad you're joining us for a quick movement break. You should aim to integrate movement into your workday at least every 30 minutes of uninterrupted sitting time. Doing so can reduce your risk of weight gain, high blood pressure, and obesity. Let's get started. Begin by standing. Root both feet into the ground. Take a great big inhale and reach both hands high above your head. On your exhale, goalpost the arms and lift the chest, finding a baby back bend. Back bends can quickly boost your energy levels and help to refocus your mind when dealing with stress. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lift the chest and goalpost the arms. Place your hands down by your side. Now bring your right knee up to your chest. Try to balance here as long as you can. Feel the stretch in the back of your leg and lower back. Now slowly bring your foot back behind you and pull it towards your glutes, stretching through the front of your hips. You may want to hold on to something in order to help keep your balance. Let's switch to the other side. Bring your left knee up to your chest. Try to balance here as long as you can. Feel the stretch in the back of your leg and lower back. Now slowly bring your foot back behind you, pull it towards your glutes, stretching through the front of your hips. Bring both feet back together. Next, bend your arms by your side and begin to twist right and left, opening up into your sides and spine. You can leave your arms bent or straighten them out depending on the space you have available. Twisting the spine back and forth can help relieve any tension in the lower back from sitting. Lastly, place your feet about hips distance. Then place your hands onto your hips. Take an inhale and lift the chest up, and exhale, slowly beginning to lower the chest down. As you begin to fold forward, bend the knees to begin lengthening through the hamstrings until your chest touches the tops of your thighs. You can dangle your arms down towards the floor or grab onto your elbows. Stay here to continue lengthening through the spine, or you can sway side to side. Bring the hands back to your hips, and on your next inhale, slowly begin to rise up. Head comes up last. Great work on integrating this quick physical activity break into your busy day. Setting a reminder on your phone or computer can help you remember to fit in regular breaks. Breaks don't have to take up too much of your time and can be effective with just a few short minutes. Low-intensity activities such as standing can be just as beneficial as walking. We encourage you to take a stand against sitting.
Okay, very good. So that was a quick two-minute break there. Now, we have another a half an hour left or so. We're going to now talk about first principle in the transformation process. What we've done so far is just to kind of start understanding the central concept, some of the ideas related to that. So what I'd like you to do now in your workbook, write this down, exactly what you see on the screen. Quantum transformation principle number 1. And on the 3x5 card, on one side of that card, put inside there, just put QTP number 1, and then just write the word acceptance. This is our first principle that we will be applying this week. So just on top of that card, just you can put it there, which is very good, because you'll be keeping that card with you throughout this week, and I'll tell you what to do towards the end of our session today. So first of all, this word quantum, I want to explain it very quickly. It just means that it's a jump into a much greater transformative state, a state of really good quality energy. So when we are accepting, and we're going to talk about acceptance just a moment here, but when we are in that state, it's a quantum jump, right? That's the idea behind it. Let's look at it carefully here. So there are 5 key points about acceptance. Acceptance is necessary in life in many, many, many different ways. So first of all, before we write anything, I'm going to just talk very briefly about these 5 points here. These are 5 aspects of acceptance. Number 1 is embrace the present moment without judgment or resistance. Again, if you don't understand what this means, then in the workbook you will write, I'm not sure what it means. But right now, don't write anything. I'm just going to go through it. Embrace the present moment without judgment or resistance. Point number 1. There are 5 key points for acceptance. Number 2, cultivate acceptance for personal growth and harmonious relationship. Now, how to do all this, we'll get into all of that. Number 3, practice acceptance for self-awareness, resilience, and inner peace. Number 4, practice acceptance for meaningful change. Number 5, differentiate acceptance from resignation and complacency. All right. Now, what I'd like you to do in your workbook, write the word QTP, this quantum QTP principle number 1 in the workbook now, and write these 5 points. Write them out. Embrace present moment without judgment or resistance. Take your time. It's good to write in your own handwriting. Writing is a full brain activity. It will foster better understanding. And so that these ideas, they filter inside of us. So write the first one, second one, all 5. Very good. Okay. So now, I'll give you some more time to finish writing that. Take your time with it. There's no rush. Nice and easy. As you're writing each point down, you will also notice just what you're feeling, which is also all right. We want to be in this state this week, starting right now. We want to first understand it. This is the first step, that is to write these 5 points. Okay, very good. All right, so if you need more time, put your hand up. Or if you don't need more time, then I'll move on here. I'm going to explain very quickly what this first one is all about. Embrace the present moment without judgment or resistance. So there's 3 examples here of how that's done. Imagine you're at a family picnic and your cousins decide to play a game of soccer. You're not very good at soccer, but instead of worrying about how you'll perform, you choose to embrace the present moment. You join in the game without judging yourself or resisting the experience, focusing on the fun and laughter you share with your loved ones. So lots of kids can apply something like this. Very, very good, very simple. Another example of how to embrace the present moment without resistance. While taking a walk through the park, you come across a group of musicians playing instruments you've never seen before. The music is different from what you usually listen to, but instead of judging it or feeling resistant, you decide to embrace the present moment. You stop and listen, appreciating the unique sounds and the talent of the musicians. Second example. Third one, on a rainy day, you find yourself indoors with nothing to do. On a rainy day, you find yourself indoors with nothing to do. You might initially feel bored or frustrated, but you choose to embrace the present moment without judgment or resistance. You decide to use this time to try a new creative activity, like drawing or writing a short story. By being open and present, you discover a new hobby that brings you joy. Now, you don't need to write this down. These slides will be available for you, be sent to you. These are 3 examples of how to do this. Now, what I'd like you to do You've already written the 5 points down. So underneath that, again, put number 1, and then after number 1, look at what you'll be doing this week. Select one activity, one situation, one activity. It could be the simplest thing where you are going to apply this principle of number 1, embracing present moment. 3 examples are right in front of you here, just for your reference. Family picnic example, walking in the park is another example, drawing is writing a story. What are you going to do? So number 1, parenthesis, select something straightforward where you are going to embrace the present moment without judgment and resistance, something that you have been resistant about. Maybe it's communicating with a family member. Maybe it's doing some work on the computer, or maybe it's having a conversation with someone this week that you're not really looking forward to. Something that you may not want to do, but you know that you're going to do that. You can do it that way. You can keep it very simple, just like going for a walk or in a park or something. Right? But the key is when you write this down, whatever you write down, you're going to try to embrace that. So for example, if you're going to have a conversation with a friend, how do you do that without judgment or resistance? You just be present with love and affection. That's all. So select something simple, just one thing. Don't need to make a list. Just one thing this week between now and our next session that you're going to actually apply. You're going to apply this idea of embracing the present moment without judgment or resistance in one particular situation or activity. Just one. And you're going to really be attentive to that. Okay. Very good. If you've done that, if you need more time, put your hand up. Otherwise, we'll continue. Now, right, the second point you've already written, cultivate acceptance for personal growth and harmonious relationship. I want to show you a couple of examples of what that looks like. Okay, so, how do we do this? Or what are some good examples? Imagine you and your friend have different tastes in music. Your friend loves pop music, while you prefer rock. Instead of arguing about whose taste is better, you decide to cultivate acceptance by sharing and listening to each other's favorite songs. As a result, you learn more about each other and even discover some new tunes you both enjoy, helping your friendship grow stronger. That's one example. This is an example of what? Number 2, cultivating acceptance for personal growth and good relationships. So you're going to select something from your life, how you think you can do that this week. Select just one item, so something from your own personal life. So there's 2 more examples here. I'll just go through them quickly. You join a local community club where people from different backgrounds come together, various activities. At first, you might feel out of your comfort zone or unsure about how to connect with others. To cultivate acceptance, make an effort to learn about these cultures, traditions, and hobbies. This open-minded attitude helps you build harmonious relationships and fosters personal growth as you gain new perspectives. That's a local community club example. And the third example here, your younger sibling is learning to cook and accidentally burns the dinner they have prepared for the family. Instead of getting upset, you cultivate acceptance by acknowledging that everyone makes mistakes, especially when learning something new. You help them fix the meal together, turning it into a fun bonding experience. By being understanding and supportive, you contribute to a positive environment that encourages growth and strengthens your relationship with your sibling. Okay? It's 3 simple examples. Now you select something from your life. Maybe it's a sibling, maybe it's a family member, maybe it's a coworker, maybe it's a pet, maybe it's a friend. Somewhere, how can you take a step, just one simple step, to make the relationship a little bit better? Maybe it's with your spouse, but it's with somebody else, right? And it's about acceptance. This is about cultivating acceptance. This is how we cultivate acceptance. The 3 examples are in front of you. Take your time. Don't rush. And keep it simple. Don't make it at all complicated. Keep it something relatively very simple. Very good. Okay, that was number 2. We have 3 more to do. And we'll be done in just 10 minutes here, less than 10 minutes. Practice acceptance for self-awareness, resilience, and inner peace. Now remember, if you don't know what some of these words mean, don't worry about it. We'll get back to that later on, and I can follow up with you later on if necessary. So 3 examples of number 3, which you've already written down. You've written down number 3. So here's an example. Picture yourself sitting by a peaceful lake, watching ducks swim by. You feel a sudden gust of wind and notice the ripples on the water's surface. Instead of becoming upset about the wind disrupting the calm scene, you practice acceptance by observing the ripples without judgment or resistance. So this is the key point here. See, you practice acceptance by observing the ripples without judgment or resistance. This helps you cultivate self-awareness, resilience, and inner peace as you learn to appreciate the beauty in change and imperfection. So if this is difficult to understand right now, don't try to spend too much energy behind it. If it's understandable to you, well and good, no problem. We will put this in simpler language in other formats a little bit later on. But right now, this is just about practicing acceptance, self-awareness, resilience, and inner peace. In your life right now, in this week, between now and our next meeting, write down the number, which was, I believe this was number 3, and just put number 3, open parentheses, and then write down how, in one situation this week, you will practice self-awareness or you'll practice resilience. Meaning what? Meaning that you could simply just be sitting in a park and just sitting, and you could say, I'm going to practice self-awareness and inner peace just by being with all of the park, with all the people, and just be present. It's something simple like that you can put if you want. Or you can use other examples like we are showing here. Here's another example. Imagine you're trying a new sport or activity for the first time, like skateboarding or painting. At first, you might struggle and make mistakes. Instead of becoming frustrated, practice acceptance by recognizing that learning takes time and patience. By focusing on your progress and giving yourself permission to make mistakes, you develop self-awareness, resilience, and a sense of inner peace that helps you to continue to grow and improve. That's another example. And there's a third example. You're spending a quiet evening at home when your neighbor starts playing loud music. Although the noise may be irritating, you decide to practice acceptance by acknowledging that you can't control your neighbor's actions. Instead, you use the opportunity to practice mindfulness and self-awareness, focusing on your breath and finding inner peace despite the external disturbance. By doing so, you develop resilience and learn to adapt to unexpected situations with grace and calmness. These are 3 very nice examples of how to do this. So you select something from your life this week of how you're going to practice. So you write that down, 3 parentheses. If you need more time, put your hand up, continue otherwise. Number 4, practice acceptance for meaningful change. Let's look at some examples of what that looks like. So imagine you're helping to clean up a park in your neighborhood with a group of friends. As you pick up litter, you come across a large graffiti-covered wall. Instead of feeling upset and judgmental about the graffiti, you embrace the present moment and see an opportunity for meaningful change. You and your friends decide to paint a beautiful mural on the wall, transforming it into a vibrant and positive space that brings joy to your community. That's one example. Second one, your family decides to adopt a pet from the local animal shelter. When you arrive, you notice a shy, older dog who seems to be overlooked by other visitors. Rather than judging the dog based on its age or appearance, practice acceptance and take the time to learn more about its story. By giving the dog a chance and welcoming it into your home, you create a meaningful change in both your lives, providing a loving family for the dog and gaining a loyal companion in return. Second example. This is all about practicing acceptance. This is the quality. How are we doing that? By embracing meaningful change, right? That's what this is about. Keep it simple, very simple. Number three, third example. A new family moves into your neighborhood and their traditions and customs are different from your own. Instead of feeling resistant or uncomfortable, you choose to practice acceptance and embrace the present moment by getting to know them. By learning about their culture and sharing your own, you create a meaningful change in your community, fostering understanding, appreciation, and friendship among diverse neighborhoods. Three examples of meaningful change. So select something for this week for number 4, where you are going to practice acceptance to really, see what that is by applying it in one particular way for meaningful change. Maybe it's a change, something that you'll do in the family, something with some friends, maybe it's in the community, so many possibilities. And you'll be getting this week lots of suggestions in your email and in other formats of what kinds of things could be done for all of this. This is just our online part of this. Much more will be coming your way as we go from day to day. The fifth point, differentiate acceptance from resignation and complacency. This is more difficult to understand out of the 5. What is the difference between acceptance and resignation? Resignation means cares, I don't care, what difference does it make? That's not acceptance. Complacency means, you just don't, it's again that who cares attitude. You're just complacent, doesn't make any difference, it's not like that. So let's take a look at 3 examples of that. Okay, so imagine you're on a family hike and you come across a steep, rocky hill. At first, it seems daunting and challenging to climb. Acceptance in this situation means acknowledging the difficulty and deciding to face it, whereas resignation would involve giving up without trying. By embracing the present moment and giving your best effort, you're not being complacent, but actively choosing to engage with the challenge and grow from the experience. Easy to understand example about crossing a steep hill. Second example. During a sleepover at your friend's house, you discover that they don't recycle. Instead of judging them or feeling resigned to their habits, you practice acceptance by recognizing the situation and finding a way to address it. You might calmly discuss the importance of recycling and offer to help them set up a system in their home. By doing so, you differentiate acceptance from complacency as you actively work towards creating positive change without being critical or negative. Second example. Third example. You're participating in a community gardening project, and you notice that one area of the garden is not well tended. Instead of feeling resigned or complacent about the neglected plot, you choose to embrace the present moment and practice acceptance. You gather a group of friends and work together to improve the garden, planting new flowers and vegetables. In this case, acceptance is not about ignoring the problem, but acknowledging it and taking action to make a positive impact. Right? So, during this week in your life, for number 5, do number 5 in your workbook, put an open parenthesis, and write down how you think you can differentiate practically to actually practice acceptance where it's not resignation and complacency, meaning what? It's not, just saying who the heck cares. No, it's not like that. Or if you don't know, can't think of anything right now, leave it blank and something will come up in that week. It'll come up and then you can write it down at that time. So if you can't think of specific things right now, You will see throughout the week, things will come up, and we'll be giving you lots of material, just some pointers and whatnot in your email as we move ahead with this. Okay, very good. Now, having done that small exercise, now we're going to do another exercise. You have a small envelope in front of you, and you have some money with you, hopefully. So I'd like you to place that money inside that envelope. Maybe it's cash, maybe it's a check. This money is not to be sent to Angel Wing. This is to understand the vitamin M concept, that money is energy, to be used as a vitamin. It's our same as our internal power, right? So what do we do with this? What do we do with this? What is the concept? What I'd like you to do is when you put this money inside there, put that envelope in a safe place. And that is a potential energy. Let's say you put $20 in there, for example. You're going to not spend that $20 this week. You're going to keep it. You're going to store it, right? So the central concept that has the idea of energy in it, we're going to physically understand it in terms of saving money, in terms of money in an envelope. And we'll talk much more about it later on. Right now, just do that much. Keep that envelope. Maybe in your workbook, you can keep it in a nice, safe place. No problem. Easy. Just do that much for now. Okay. And we have just two more things to do today, and then we will close. On the 3x5 card, I'm asking you to write out this entire central concept. Write the whole thing in your own language, in your own words. I mean, in your own handwriting. Write exactly what is written on the screen here. Just put on the title there, central concept, on the 3x5 card, and write this down. And after you write it down, what I'm going to ask you to do is every day between now and the next meeting, I'm going to ask you to read this during breakfast, before lunch, before dinner. Just read it. You don't have to even think about it. 3 times a day to read this before you have your meal. So you keep that card with you. You don't have to analyze it, think about it, write about it. You don't have to do anything except read it. So please write it down right now in your own handwriting. Take your time. Very good. Take your time with it. Our entire 7-year program is based on this one idea. This one idea sequentially will keep opening in many, many ways, week at a time, day at a time. You will see. We're going to take it step by step. Finish writing in your own handwriting. And you'll be getting all these slides also by email. So you'll have everything available for you to review if you want to. Very good. Very good. I know it's a little long, but it's all right. This is the only time you'll actually be writing this down. You're going to keep that card with you for the whole year and even beyond, unless you wind up losing it or something. Then you have to write another one. You're going to keep this with you in your wallet or in your purse or in a place. And you can even make more cards of this if you want. Like if you want to put one in the kitchen, if you want to put one in your car or something like that, that's fine also. And our request is for you to read this before having your breakfast, before having your lunch, before having your dinner, just to read it one time. That's all. You don't need to do anything other than just read it. You can read it out loud or in your mind between now and the next session. Okay, very good. If you need more time, please put your hand up. And we are at the close here. Before we close, I just want to mention two things. Okay, yes. Go ahead, Chetna, unmute, please. You'll have to, yes. Go ahead, yes.
Go back to the slide, please.
Yep.
I haven't written it down.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, please, yeah. Please let me know, yes. Go ahead, take your time.
Okay.
Okay, very good. Wonderful. So before we watch the closing video, there are just two things for you to do this week. One is to read this statement at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Keep that card with you. The second thing is to practice those pieces of acceptance that you wrote down. There are 7 points there. Let's just go back to that just quickly to take a look at that to make sure we're on the same page with that. That is the principle of acceptance we want to practice this week. I'm sorry, not 7 points, 5 points. And you've written down what to do. If you're not sure, something will come up this week and you'll go back to it and see. And you'll be sending you by email some practical suggestions on practical things to do if you can't think of anything for this. So we'll be sending that to you a little bit later on. Okay, and we're at the close here. After we do our closing video, this is just a nice song here. There's a Q&A session for the next half an hour if you want to stay for that. So here, this is our closing song here. Okay, so this is our first week presentation. We have 2 exercises to do. Now we start our Q&A session for the next half an hour. Anybody wants to stay for that? Any questions? So this is just Chetan, this is how the first week we presented. Your thoughts, comments, please go ahead.
Yeah, so the first thing is, because you're having people write it, you need to give them more time because it's
Okay.
really rough.
Okay.
So I
Sure.
would suggest asking when everyone is ready,
Yeah.
in the sense like, to raise their hand or saying that they've written it down.
Right.
Because
Okay.
you also want them to, write in rush and not,
No.
pay
Right.
attention to what you think doesn't make sense. Because
Right.
sometimes it's hard for you to assess because you're just sitting and you don't
Right.
know how long each person takes to write it. So it might be a good idea to find a way of gauging from the participants to raise hand when they're done. And if you see all of them raise hand, then you're done.
Yeah.
Because
That's fine.
so the whole idea is to sink in.
Very good.
So, and the other thing is about how you said the 5 principles, how do you put it in practice? I feel like it's hard to think up of situation for acceptance, but see how each of these could be used in this week, and then come up and kind of
Yeah.
just when you go back to the next week, you can start with 15 minutes in the beginning to have everybody, if they're willing to share, let them share, but otherwise they can see how many of them were able to use how many of those principles, whether it's 5 or 4 or 3,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Whatever. Yeah.
Just get the hang of it. And
Very
I'm just
good.
saying,
No,
right?
please, yeah, please,
I
yes,
couldn't
that's
think of anything like which I would plan to use for this week. Some
okay.
are somewhat I know because of my
Sure.
broader situation, which I'm
Sure.
going through now. But
Sure.
what if it wasn't there? Then it's hard to think of, right?
Sure.
So I
Sure.
think you can say this week, let's see how you can apply it.
Yes.
And then remember these ways you can apply in these examples and make a note of it when you are going through your day and how you can be in the present moment and actually practice this acceptance, meaning the principle.
Yes. Very good. Very good. Yes. So I'll definitely make those modifications. Very good. And also the beginning portion, I think, is okay, but there's some of the language is still a little dense. I want to the central concept, the 7 ideas. I want to bring the language a little bit simpler. So make a simpler version of that. So maybe have 2 or 3 versions of it, and then kind of select something from there. So you have to kind of test it out and see, because as we start doing it, we'll kind of go from there. Yeah.
No, otherwise everything was wonderful. Everything else was good.
Right. So we had that meditation, we had the movement exercise in the middle. So this is taking this entire thing is taking 1 hour and 15 minutes the way it is done right now, which is probably, I think it's okay with a break in between. And then I think 1 hour, we need that additional 15 minutes because it's the first session, and we could do it that way, that we can do from 8 to 9:15, which is good. And then 9:15 to 9:45 or 10 o'clock, just have a Q&A at that point. And so we'll just keep moving, but there's 2 exercises to be done this way, and we just keep moving this way, one step at a time. And then what will happen now, I will send every day, a certain a quotation regarding acceptance through the text messages. Every day something will be sent to the participants in their phone, additional pointers and exercises to do for acceptance and how to apply it. So those will be there. So there will be a PDF that will be created on how this is to be applied in actual life, with some examples. I have to think about it a little bit, but I'll put something together for that. It'll be a PDF with YouTube links and audio links and some of your audios and Dr. Berman's and stuff like that. So
you don't want to make it dense because people will not go and listen.
No, I understand. It's very simple. It'll be very, very simple. Something that they can just click on and listen for 5 minutes or something like that if they want to.
Yeah, because people don't have that much time to go in and do, in addition to these weeks and having just applying simple.
Yeah, simple things to do. This is just additional corollary stuff if they want that. That's all. So, but it'll be some. Yeah.
Says they can use a card, but then what they could do is, since you're sending the slides, make a printed copy of it and laminate it.
Yeah, they can do that too. Yes.
saying, because
Yes,
they
yes,
want to take a photo, you can, but then
yes,
it's there to carry everywhere. So
yes, exactly. In fact, it's a good thing to actually post like in your refrigerator and
yeah, that's
post
why I
it.
said
So
if you laminate it,
yeah,
you can put a magnet piece of it and then
yeah,
put it everywhere.
good. Okay,
Just
very good. Okay, so everything else is okay with this?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
very good.
everything else.
Okay, good. So we'll keep it develop. So again, remember 52 weeks. So 52 such presentations will be done. And next week, we will start the 12-dimensional self-assessment. So I've already created the material for that, but that'll begin next week. And that'll be the second workbook.
Also, remember to do the questionnaire.
Yes. You mean the evaluation questionnaire, right?
The
Which,
readiness,
oh
for this
yeah.
because
I will send you a draft of that within the next day or so.
yeah, because people need to, this is for them to do a quick check to make sure that they are they feel that they're ready for this program.
Yes, exactly. So there's a couple of materials to develop. The questionnaire is there. A flyer has to be developed. Then also and
1 second.
that's
Say, Tuku Nenikada. You're feeling sleepy? Okay. Say. Parvaile. Okay. Udetle pakre. I'll see you in the morning then. Yeah. Nettilena. Idiana. Okay. Seri. Oh, sir. Say. Yeah. Good. Mala baat kenge. Okay, Daddy. Almost. I'll see you in the morning. Okay. Yeah. Tuku. No. Vanda. Yeah. Good. Tuku. Good. Good. Mala. Okay. No, I know. Shouldn't board it. We should not board it. I never. Okay. Night, Daddy. Sorry.
Oh no, that's fine. Okay. I will send you the readiness questionnaire, a flyer, then also the flyer will have an overview of what this program is about. So it'll be we'll try to make it as attractive as possible. And then what I will also do is create like a 5-minute audio recording, like an overview as to what this is about. You can also create one, you don't have to do it now, but within this next month or so, whenever, as you're going through it. And then particularly from your audio, we will create a YouTube introductory video about this. So that, and then that can be a private video. It doesn't have to be a public one. We can send it to the list of people that we are targeting to be part of this. Because so it'll be a private video that'll be nicely created. It'll be like a 5-minute video, so it'll be an introductory video. So for example, let's say you identify 5 people that that are going to be interested in this, just as an example. So we would send them the video, we would send them the flyer, we'll send them like a series of materials that, and then with a disclaimer form, the sign up form, they would have all of that, so they'll have understanding of what it is, and then they can send that forms back to us, and they're enrolled at that point. Plus the fee. If we're going to charge $99 for 3 months, then that information will be on there also.
Yeah.
Right. So all of that will be there. We'll put together a nice package this way, and I'll get that ready within the next couple of days. Right. So, but your overall impression is okay with this?
Yeah, no, overall is all good. It's just those little stuff, because then it'll go smoother.
No, it has to be. It has to be. Anything. Yes, exactly. It has to transition so that the timing is maintained, the quality is maintained, what we're trying to accomplish, and it reaches the stage. It serves its purpose essentially. Yeah. So yeah, very good, very good. Okay, so I'll keep all those points in mind, and then so we will continue this way at 11:30 my time, as long as you're in India. And once you come here, we'll figure out the timing at that point.
Yeah, we'll change it. Can change the day also, actually.
Yeah. All that. Okay, Chetan. Namaskar. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Okay.
God bless.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.